Hi and welcome back to our page. Do you have a CQC evidence folder? Big folder on your shelf, maybe a ring binder, maybe a box full of policies, compliments, certificates, meeting minutes, all ready and waiting for when the inspector turns up. I see a lot of providers doing this and I understand why. Because it feels proactive, it feels organised, but here's the thing. CQC does not inspect by opening a folder you've prepared for them. They inspect by looking at how your whole service runs. And if you think an evidence folder is going to get you through an inspection, you might be in for a surprise. Let me explain how evidence actually works under the new single assessment framework. Right, so let me give you some context. Under the old inspection framework, CQC used key lines of inquiry, known as the KLOEs, with around 300 associated prompts. A lot of providers built evidence folders around these KLOEs, organising documents under safe, effective, caring, responsive and well-led. And to be fair, that approach worked reasonably well because the framework was structured in a way that made it possible to pre-prepare evidence against specific questions. But the world has changed. CQC has now moved to the single assessment framework, which replaced the KLOEs with 34 quality statements. These quality statements are expressed as we statements. Things like we have a proactive approach to safety. We assess people's needs. We support people to live the life they choose. They describe what good looks like from the perspective of the people being supported. Under this new framework, CQC collects evidence across 6 different categories: people's experience of the service, feedback from staff and leaders, feedback from partners like commissioners and other professionals, observation of care and the environment, processes, meaning how care is managed and delivered, and lastly, outcomes, meaning the measurable results of the care that you provide. Now here's the important shift. CQC is not coming in and saying, show me your evidence folder. They are triangulating evidence from multiple sources across all 6 categories. They're speaking to your staff, your clients, your families, your commissioners, they're observing care, and they're looking at your systems. A pre-prepared folder only covers a fraction of what they're actually assessing. Now, I'm not saying evidence folders are useless. If you've got a well-organised system that helps you find documents quickly when an inspector asks for something, that's genuinely helpful. What I'm going to say is that a folder on its own is not evidence that your service is good. Let me give you an example. You might have a beautiful training matrix in your evidence folder showing that all staff have completed safeguarding training. But when the inspector speaks to one of your carers and asks them what they would do if they suspected abuse, and the carer cannot give a clear answer, the training certificate means nothing. Evidence isn't about what's in your folder. Evidence is about what's happening in your service. The folder should be a reference point, not the evidence itself. So how should you be evidencing in your service against the quality statements? Let me walk you through an approach that actually works. Firstly, understand that evidence lives anywhere in your service. In your care plans, your risk assessments, your staff supervision notes, your complaints log, your compliments file, your audits, your incident reports, your training records, your rota, your call monitoring data and your meeting minutes, and your policies and improvement plans. Evidence isn't something you create for CQC. It's the natural byproduct of running a well-managed service. For each statement, note where the evidence sits. It might be in your care management software, in a specific file, on your shared drive, in your audit reports, or a physical folder. The point is that you know where to find it and you can pull it together quickly when asked. Third, don't just collect evidence, analyse it. CQC isn't interested in a pile of documents. They want to see that you're reflecting on what evidence tells you and acting on it. If your audits show a trend in late medication administration, what did you do about it? If staff feedback highlighted concerns about workload, how did you respond? If a client's family raised a complaint, what changed as a result? The analysis and the improvement action is the evidence, not the raw data. Fourth, use your supervision and appraisal processes as evidence generators. Every supervision session should touch on the quality of care that person is delivering. Are there any concerns? What has gone well and what needs improvement? These conversations, properly documented, are gold dust for evidencing that your service has robust governance and supports staff development. Fifth, keep a running improvement log. Every time you identify something that could be better and take action to improve it, record it. Date, issue identified, action taken, outcome. Over time, this becomes a powerful document that shows CQC a service that is continuously learning and improving. That's what well-led looks like. Now, a lot of providers are asking whether they should go digital with their evidence, and the answer is yes, if you can. Digital systems make it much easier to organise, search and retrieve evidence. You can tag documents against specific quality statements, set up dashboards that give you a live view of compliance and share information with inspectors quickly and securely. Some providers use Google Drive with folders for each quality statement and subfolders for evidence within each of them. Others use dedicated care management software that has built-in quality assurance modules. Some use a combination of both. The key thing is that whatever system you use, it needs to be accessible, well organized and regularly updated. A digital system that nobody maintains is no better than a dusty folder on a shelf. And remember, CQC does not prescribe how you organize your evidence. They do not require you to use specific folders, specific software, or specific formats. What they are worried about is whether you can demonstrate that your service is safe, effective, caring, responsive, and well-led. And how you evidence that is up to you. Let me share something with you that I think illustrates this perfectly. We've worked with providers who've been given 2 lists by the inspector before the inspection visit, with 3 days to prepare. They sent everything over digitally before the inspection, which made the actual visit much smoother. And during the inspection, the inspector asked for additional documents. And because everything was structured and organised, they were able to provide those within the 3-day window they were given. That provider was not relying on a single evidence folder. It had a structured system where everything was in its place. Care plans in the care management system, audits on the shared drive, HR files in secure storage, meeting minutes filed chronologically. They knew where everything was because it was a part of how they ran the service day to day, not something they scrambled up together for the inspection. That's the difference. Being CQC ready isn't about having a folder, it's about having a service that is so well run that evidence already exists everywhere you look. So my advice to you is this: stop thinking about the evidence folders and start thinking about the evidence systems. Build quality assurance into the way you run your service every single day. Make sure you know where your evidence lives, make sure it's current, and most importantly, make sure it tells the story of a service that's already learning and always improving. If you want help mapping your evidence against the 34 quality statements, and if you want support building a quality assurance dashboard, or if you want someone to do a pre-inspection readiness review of your service, get in touch with us at CareSync Experts. That's what we live and breathe, and we've helped providers move from requires improvement to good. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, comment, share, and we'll catch you on the next one.